When a strange young man goes toilet in your throat, it's Uncle Scrote. Sylvia? Sylvia?
What would you want? Would you like a drink?
Yeah, can you
Rosemary tea.
can you bring me a just let me
Shampoo?
can you bring me like an iced tea?
Yeah.
Maybe like a
What? Like a
strawberry.
strawberry? You want some strawberry?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll check. I don't
Well,
think I've got any
well, what have you
strawberry.
got?
Well, I got some water.
Well,
Yeah, you could.
well, go out and get some.
some
Yeah,
iced tea.
strawberry.
Strawberry iced tea.
Yeah, then just bring it in.
Okay. Well, I'll bring
Yeah,
it in a second.
I'll be here.
Yeah. Okay.
But don't come in, knock first, cause I'm doing my show.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Good evening, children, and welcome to Bedtime Stories with me, Uncle Scrote. I am your uncle. If you don't believe it, well, your parents are lying to you, frankly, about your heritage. So unfortunate. However, not unfortunate for you tonight, for your uncle will be delivering a spooky bedtime story for Halloween. But before we get to that, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Uncle Scrote. I am a musician, a writer, and an amateur pedicab driver. I would, of course, be a professional pedicab driver if the fascist pedicab union hadn't rejected me due to their anti-religious sentiments and their willful disregard to recognize the legitimacy of my church, the Church of Scrote. I am the founder, obviously, and the chief pastor and deity of said church. And we are a small but growing and energetic group of young, faithful people, also old, faithful people, but not quite so many, as I maintain a polygamous relationship with many people in the church and many friendly barnyard animals, of which the pedicab union refuses to allow comp tickets for pedicab trips around the city, which is very, very unfortunate for my menagerie, but such is life, and we triumph in the face of adversity by simply pushing forward. Indeed. But enough about that, and on to our spooky bedtime story now. As many of you may know, Halloween is coming up at the end of this month, and as a celebration or an expectation of this creepy holiday, we are going to hear a creepy bedtime story. Now, this bedtime story is a particular favourite of mine, and I call it Scary House. I used to tell this story to my nephew Trevor long back, and before he grew up to become a rapist. So without further ado, I bring you Scary House. Billy remembered the first time he saw Scary House with his own two eyes. It was a cold autumn day, and he was a little bit pissed off at the man at the corner store for selling him out-of-date milk at full price. He drank it anyway, but he would have been happy with even just a slight reduction in the cost of this sour, expired milk. He fucking loved milk. Where was I? Yeah, anyway. It was cold, and it was autumn, and Billy was walking home from his trip to the corner store. His belly was giving him a bit of grief, so he decided to take a quick shit on the grass before continuing on his way. As he bared his smooth, pale backside, he felt a strange and unusual breeze tickling his perfect little hole. It gave him a shiver, but it wasn't an altogether unpleasant feeling. It wasn't until he took a squat and looked up that he realized he wasn't just shitting on any old lawn. He was about to spill his guts on the most infamous lawn in all the town. There it was. Scary House. How it had gotten its name, Billy did not know, but he was, after all, a few chromosomes short of a custard tart, if you get my drift. As he sat there watching, a thick, unnatural stench began to fill his nostrils. That's a bit fucking creepy, Billy thought, before suddenly sick, watery turds fell from his ass. Oh, of course, Billy thought, as the shit poured from him like a disgusting brown waterfall. Suddenly, a voice whispered in his ear, "Billy, you cunt." Billy jumped up, spraying shit everywhere. It was truly disgusting. He whirled in circles, looking for the voice, but there was no one there. He turned back to the house, and what did he see? But the corpse of his dead grandmother, sitting on the front porch, just where he had left her. Great, he thought. That's just where I left her. He waved hello to his dead grandmother, but she did not wave back. That's odd, he thought. She mustn't recognize me in my new jacket. It was true. She didn't. Because she was dead. Billy pulled up his pants as the chill was getting much too cold for his sweet ass. He began walking and headed on home, but he couldn't shake the feeling that someone was following him. Every time he turned around, he sensed a presence, but he saw nothing but the leaves and the trees and the trail of shit he left behind, as he was probably still pooping, I guess. Billy was later diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. The end. Very sad. Very sad, very sad. Poor boy. I knew his mother. Well, that's all for tonight, kiddies. I hope you enjoyed our creepy bedtime story for Halloween. And until next time, don't let your cock hang out of the little hole in front of your pants, or a little Halloween monster might start nipping at it. And we wouldn't want that now, would we, children? Good night from Bedtime Stories with Uncle Scrote. When a strange young man goes toilet in your throat, it's Uncle Scrote.